How y'all doing? We haven't filmed in this bathroom in a while. I got out of the shower a few minutes ago and I have done my face routine and all that. No, I have not. Excuse me. I've done my skincare, my moisturizing routine, and my hair is still wet. I did comb out the curls because I come out and my hair is a little lioness with a lot of movement and whatever. And I'm gonna let it dry while I talk with y'all and go through my Sephora haul. Yeah! And some items from Ulta, because I went crazy, as I do sometimes. I go on these little shopping sprees and I'm like, yes, add to cart, add, check out, check out, check out. Then I chill out for a few weeks and then I'm back at it again. So I was back at it again and done bought up the whole store. So I wanted to show y'all what I got and a little revelation that I've had about my makeup collection as of late. Let me also show you my new glasses. Ooh, we are cute. These are Gucci. And I wasn't into name brand glasses because I used to think you're just paying for the brand name, until an eye technician showed me the difference in construction between some higher end brand eyewear and the less expensive stuff, and I got it. And I will say that all of my pairs of glasses that I have purchased that were higher end from the brands that I trust have really lasted me several years, and the ones that I've purchased that were less expensive, actually in that case, that was one case, right, where at least in my experience, the less expensive ones that I purchased, like they warped, they did one of these numbers, they started to kind of fall apart, the plastic peeled off of them. These are very nicely constructed glasses, and it has this beautiful Art Deco gold thing happening in here. You can't really see, but it has like a little symbol in there. It's just this nice added little feature, and I love the two little grommets right there with the Gucci. I got a Tom Ford pair as well. Those are still being, whatever it's called. I was going to say manufactured, but the fabricated, I guess is what I want to say, the lenses for them. I wear progressive lenses where it's distance on top and then on the bottom is to read closer. And then I got a super cute pair of Ray-Ban. Now Ray-Ban is like a middle of the line brand, which is totally fine. But I found this pair that were gray and so cute. And they were for office, or they are for office, meaning that the prescription is modified so that the distance part really only addresses being in an office space, and then it makes it easier for you to like look at computer screens and maybe up at a colleague, or you know, at some documents over there, or whatever. Y'all, I'm tired. I don't even know how to explain the type of tired that I feel. It's not a physical tired. It's not like my body is like, go to sleep. It's my mind. I have this mental exhaustion, but I'm in this headspace of like, my mind is exhausted with all of the things that I want to continuous is on a regular cadence, and I think then continually, I always get it mixed up and I have to look up the difference. Maybe both, but I want to do so much. That's where my mental exhaustion comes from. I'm just tired thinking about all of that, and I need to just go sit down somewhere with a cup of coffee and chill. I do give myself an opportunity to sit. Little digression before we get into the haul. I watched Dune 1 again last night with my son. And he wasn't into it at all, but I was. And I love the lead character, Timothée Chalamet. He looks almost identical to my son in my eyes, where they have a lot of similarities. I mean, they're not twins, of course, but there's a lot of similarity in their facial features, the hair, some of the mannerisms, the body type even. And so I really feel like I'm watching my son on screen. And where I'm going with this is that Dune 1, I watched with my husband a while back before I knew anything about the story of Dune. So I didn't read the book or anything like that. And I know it's a very complex story. And I was lost the first time that I saw Dune 1. Enjoyed the cast, enjoyed some of the cinematography in there, enjoyed some of the special effects. It felt very much like Star Wars-y to me, but I wasn't following the storyline. And so I went to see Dune 2, if you remember, and Dune 2 made a lot more sense to me because I had seen Dune 1, even though I was lost while I was watching Dune 1. So now that I watched Dune 1 again last night, I was mesmerized, like freaking captivated, that I understood what was happening, the wars between the families or the houses, the history of Arrakis and its people, the Fremen. I was absolutely captivated. And very emotional while I was watching Dune 1. Like I had this physical reaction to every scene because it's so carefully constructed. Each scene and the way that the scenes stack up to tell the story, I had a completely new appreciation watching Dune 1 last night. Like my mind was like watching it. I got emotional during a number of the scenes. I felt the entire journey of the lead character, Paul Atreides, and the way that he rises to the sort of throne of the house, or starts to rise to the throne of the house in this movie, and starts to become one of the Fremen. And it was just like, it moved me. I didn't actually physically cry, but I was on the verge of tears where like my eyes watered up a lot. My body was having like this anxiety reaction as I was watching some of the scenes and wanting to make sure, because it was like I was watching it again for the first time. So I wanted to make sure that my boy Paul was going to make it through and he was going to come out on top. Whew, now I have to watch Dune 2 again. And then I told my husband, then we need to watch them both a third time. Third time. So I'm obsessed. So on to the haul. I'm really thrilled with my glasses, waiting for the Tom Ford pair to come in, and I'll show you all those. And I'll pop in some footage of the gray office ones, which I just love. I love glasses, and the chunkier, the better. I don't want to get too crazy. Where's my crazy pair? Give me a second. So I have this pair, which that's about as crazy as I get. I love seeing crazy pair on other people. I love purple and red and patterns and everything on other people. Me, I like to keep it a little tiny bit conservative, but a little funky too. So these are as funky as I get. These are not prescription. These are blue blocker glasses. In fact, you can see there's a mirror on the other side here that has a strip of white light, but it shows up blue, as you can see, because these are blue, not blue blockers. Is that what they're called? When it blocks a certain kind of light. It's like a blue tint so that your eyes don't get exhausted on the TV. Ooh, there is a fly. Oh my God. No, you did not. I'm trying to crash my video party. It literally landed on the camera. But I love these. I tried to get these done with the prescription. In fact, I don't know if you can still see there's a dot where they try to, where they measure where your eyes are so they can do the prescription right. And they sent this off. I get my glasses from Costco. Look, can I just say, don't sleep on Costco. They carry some of these higher end brands, but the collection rotates out quickly, and they have them in the glass case. So it's not up on the wall with the regular brands. You got to ask to try these on to make it feel even more exclusive. I didn't pay a lot for these. So that's the thing about buying from Costco, where you're going to get a Gucci pair from your regular ophthalmologist office or optometrist office. They're going to charge you $400 or $500 for this pair. I think I got these for under $2 at Costco. And with the prescription and everything, it was not expensive at all. And, for glasses and for having progressives. And I have the anti-scratch, anti-glare. Is it still blue blocker? I'm all confused. You can see what I'm talking about there. You don't see it the same in here. It's green in there. So it's an anti-glare, whatever. I tried to get them to do the prescription lenses in this one, but they wouldn't do it. I don't know why. There was something about the way these are made, fabricated, that they couldn't do it. But anyway, how cute are these? So I might wear these if I'm like exhausted from technology light, because they do help with eye fatigue. I don't even know how I got off on that tangent, but I could spend a life's savings on some good pairs of glasses. Shall we talk about makeup? So let me say, the perfumes that I bought in the Sephora sale, I talked about in a haul on my other channel. I'll link that below if you're interested in seeing what I got. But what I really want to talk with y'all about is the ridiculous amount of like hair. Did I buy hair products? Yes, I did. Hair, skin, and makeup. Look at my little grays shining through. I'm debating whether I should just allow myself to go gray. I'm lying. I'm not debating. I'm not going gray. I'm not ready yet. Give me another 5 or 10 years and then I will embrace the gray. Okay. Speaking of flies, I'm unboxing things as I'm talking to y'all right now because I don't want to bore y'all with like actually taking stuff out of the boxes. But speaking of flies, if you're old enough to remember and you're my age group, if you were a 70s or 80s kid, I don't even know if this was around the 60s, but there was a song about an old lady who swallowed a fly. Do you guys remember this? And every time I see flies, I think about that song, and it was something like, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. There was an old lady, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. So every time I see flies, I think about, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I'm going to use some of this makeup today. I'm not going to bore y'all with putting it on, but I will try a little bit of this just to give y'all a sense. Oh, she swallowed a fly. I did buy a travel spray of perfume that I didn't mention in that haul. Oh, I also purchased Vanilla Skin, and I didn't talk about that in the haul. I have the perfume of this. This is the body mist. This is good. Y'all did not lie. A bunch of people said that they prefer the mist to the perfume. To me, they're very similar, except the mist is just a tiny bit like sweeter, a little more gourmand. Both so good. So I really like that. And then I don't know why I picked this up. Okay, don't judge me for the things I'm about to show y'all. Don't do it. This is from Clean Reserve and it's warm cotton. I used to own this. I own the original of this, and I think I ended up purchasing the Clean Reserve one as well. Yeah, I mean, it smells like warm laundry with a little perfume added in. As I remember, so let me put that aside. I feel like I have more from the sale. This can't be everything. Oh, I know why. Y'all, I can be so ditzy sometimes. The fragrances take up a lot of volume and they're not in here. Duh. Okay, so did y'all know that Sephora now sells Davines hair products? One of my favorite hair care brands. I've also recently fallen deeply in love with Kenra products because the smell is so amazing. It's like this pink cotton candy-esque smell in some of their products, and I really like what they do for my hair. I mean, my hair looks like shite right now because it's starting to dry. In fact, I should probably go blow it out. But let's talk about these products real quick before I go blow out my hair. I repurchased this volume mousse from Davines. This product smells like a marshmallow dream. And it's light, it's fluffy, it's a mousse that you put into your roots to volumize it before you do your hair. And then I repurchased, I'm probably on bottle number like 6 of this or something, the Color Fanatic from Purology. This has 21 essential benefits. And the idea is that it's a leave-in spray. So after you wash your hair, you spray this on, and it's like a protectant, and it does all these things for your hair. Let me see what it does. It primes. It helps preserve color vibrancy. It's an excellent leave-in conditioner. It helps detangle. It makes blow drying easier. It helps to prevent split ends. Basically, it's like damage control overall. It helps to smooth it out. It creates a silkiness. All of that is true, and I love this. So I've been using this nonstop, probably all year long. And then I took a chance and I purchased this Volu shampoo, which is also from Davines. I hate that it's not in a pump. I like the bottle, but I hate that you have to like squeeze it out. It smells fresh and clean, but it doesn't have that signature amazing smell that I love from the Davines Oil line. Oh my God. I love the oil products. I have the big shampoo and conditioner, like the huge, I think is it a liter? It's a liter. Amazing. Okay, so those were the hair products. And then in terms of like face products, I repurchased my Sephora not cleaner, it doesn't clean your eyeballs. The makeup cleaner. I got 3 of these. No, 4, excuse me, because I usually buy the tall ones, but I have run out of my recent one. I always have a bunch of backups of these in my closet, my linen closet, and I ran out because I used them all. When I went to repurchase these in the Sephora sale, they were sold out, the big ones. In fact, this little one sold out at 1.2 and then it came back in stock. So I got 4 of these, which equals, I think, like 2 of the tall ones. So this is for me. I am missing a bag. Hang on a second. Okay, I knew I did some monster damage in this sale, and I was looking at my little pile and I was like, that does not look as damaging as I remember. Because I put a grip of money into Sephora's account this year. I did like 5 or 6 orders. Disgusting. I'm joking. I have no regrets. I don't think it's disgusting. Here's how I feel about things, and I have said it before and I will say it again. If you have the money, only under those circumstances, and you want to spend it on something that brings you joy after you have accounted for all of your bills, after you have paid yourself for the future, your retirement, if you have kids, that they have money in their college accounts and whatever else, all of your other things are accounted for, your life essentials and your financial security. You put some away in savings and all of that. If you have a little money left over and you want to treat yourself to whatever you like or whatever your family likes, you want to buy something for them, that's between you and your mind and your pocketbook. So I'm not going to feel bad about that. Okay, now we can finish talking. So apparently, a crystal sea winds into my hands. That's a song that I love. I will link that below so you can check that out. I listen to that song obsessively. Anyway, I got 2 of the volume boosters. All right, So then where were we with this Volu shampoo? This is from Davines and it's supposed to create volume for limp hair. My hair's getting a little limper as I get older, so I could use all the help I can get. So we talked about that already, didn't we? Back to this. The reason that I knew this wasn't it for the Sephora sale is because I knew I had purchased one of these again. This is the Lancome Bifacil, double action eye makeup remover, and I purchased this before this came back in stock because I was really needing eye makeup remover. Okay, then speaking of things that remove, I did get 2 of the Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balms. These are about as much as I'm willing to spend for a cleansing balm, and they're pricey to me. These are like $30. I've used the Elemis one, and I could not stand it. The thickness of that was horrible. I just hated the texture. I hated the smell. I hated how long it took to get it off of my face. I didn't like it. If you want a more inexpensive version, I would use the Clean It Zero. That's from a Korean beauty brand, and that's sold at Ulta, and you can get a big tub of that for like $16. But anyway, or friends, you can use like any kind of oil base. You can take off makeup with olive oil. Did you know that? You can rub that into your face and use that to help, excuse me, I just burped. Use that to help break down the product on your face. Let's keep going. I also re-upped, although I didn't need to because I still have a few left over from the last sale that I'm making my way through, the Laneige sleep masks. I opted for this instead of re-upping on the Tatcha Kissu lip mask, which I love. This is so good too. How cute is this little tub? One of the most aesthetically pleasing little bottles in all of lip therapy makeup. And I don't have a reason why, except that I love the texture of this just a tad bit more, but I love this too. So, I mean, I'll re-up on this at some other point. I'm gonna tell you what I will not be re-upping on ever again. That Cali Ray lip one. And it was a recommendation from Marlena Stell, who I love her, here on YouTube. She's amazing. She recommended that. However, I didn't realize when I purchased it that there is something in that product that burns the hell out of my lips. I had purchased it a while back in the last Sephora sale, and I used it a lot. And I remember not attributing an issue to that lip balm. And it was like this burning sensation all around the edge of my lips. Have you ever eaten something super salty and you didn't moisturize your lips, and it kind of like almost leaves this like burning rash around the edges of your lips? That is what happened the last time. I had no idea that it was the Cali Ray that was doing it to me. I thought I just wasn't taking care of my lips properly and I just needed 10 tons of Vaseline, and it seemed to like never go away. Eventually it went away, and I didn't associate the fact that it went away with the fact that I stopped using that Cali Ray temporarily because I put it in a drawer and forgot about it one day. And then recently I pulled it back out and started using it again. And immediately I had that like rash burning sensation, and I couldn't get rid of it for a week. And I was like, it's the Cali Ray. So that thing went in the trash. Even though the formula is nice, there's some ingredient in there that absolutely I have an allergic reaction to. It does not agree with me. So that's going to be a big no. Other facial things for the face, for the skin. I re-upped on my Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair. This is a nice, really emollient, thick without being oily. It doesn't feel oily, it feels creamy. A very super creamy, thick, emollient lotion for your face. I love the way my skin feels in the morning after using this. So this is a great overnight cream. I re-upped on my amazing, gosh, I love this stuff, Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer, what is this called? Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. I'm on bottle, gosh, probably like 10 of these. I have one in current rotation now. I can show you. This one used to be my go-to for the mornings, and I still have this and still love it. The Paula's Choice Skin Restoring Moisturizer. It has an SPF of 50. So what I've been doing is using this when I'm going to go out, like in public. I still love this a lot, and it's great for summer because it's not as heavy. This is a really, look how heavy that is. It is so creamy and heavy and thick, and I just love it. So what I've been doing, my face routine in the mornings, is I'll put an essence on. Right now I'm using a Shiseido one, so nice. And then I will put my Clarins double serum on. I didn't re-up on that because I have some backups from the previous sale, but I love that double serum. And then I'll put this on over it. Sometimes I'll mix the Clarins and this together, depending on the kind of consistency that I want. And sometimes I will mix the Clarins and this with, wait for it, my Isle of Paradise tanning drops. I've gone through a bunch of these. I have a few open. What am I looking at? I'm looking at a little tray that I have in the corner of my sink that has all of my skincare products and stuff in it. So I'll put a couple of these drops in there and it keeps my face this nice kind of golden tan. So speaking of, so I re-upped on these and I re-upped on my Isle of Paradise dark tanning drops, and then I got medium ones too. I used to just have dark and light, but I wanted to try out the medium again. I had run out of my last version of that. And then I re-upped on my Good Genes from Sunday Riley. I mean, this is like holy grail status at night. It's a lactic acid serum, and I put it on at night. I do my retinoid treatment first, and my retinoid treatment is this one, the Rhodermic Retinol from La Roche-Posay. I do a little pea size of that. I let that dry down and sink in. Then I go in with my Good Genes. I am about to there on the recent bottle that I've opened, so this will go in a backup. One thing I've been doing a lot of is putting, like, what am I looking at here? Give me this is inside of this little pump. This is my organic golden castor oil. The brand here is called Queen of Thrones, I think. This is extra virgin expeller pressed. And I keep this in a drawer. It's in a dark thing to like preserve this as much, but I have it also here. I will take a couple of drops of this and put it under my eyes and through my eyebrows and around my lips that tend to get dry right here at night. And then I will mix a pump of this with whatever moisturizer I'm using for the night and put that all over. I know that's so crazy to put castor oil on, but I am enjoying what it's doing for my skin texture. Oh my gosh, I put all my skincare on today without using my blue light mask. LED mask? Is it blue light? Red light therapy. What am I coming up with blue light? Red light therapy mask. I'm gonna have to do it. One more skin product and then we'll go on to the makeup. Why am I back into makeup? Didn't I tell y'all I wanted to downsize my makeup collection? Yeah. Okay. So face products. I went ahead and re-upped on the Bobbi Brown, and this is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This was a staple for me many years ago. My little sister and I, we both love this. I want to get my older sister into this too. And it has this sort of lemony smell to it. Fresh lemony smell. I love that smell. It's such a refreshing thing to put on your face in the morning. It like wakes me up. I love the color of this sort of buttery, yellowish tone, whitish, yellowy tone. I want outfits in this color. I want a whole linen suit in this color. I want cashmere sweaters in this color. Everything. I want sheets and I want blankets in this color. I love this color so much. So if like tobacco brown wasn't my favorite color, this sort of creamy yellow type of deal would be it. Anyway, this is a very moisturizing cream that acts like it's like a primer and a moisturizer in one for your skin routine if you don't want to put a lot of layers of products on your face. So I got the big tub. This was pricey. I think these stupid tubs were like $100. Oh my God. What? Do you need all this? No, you don't. I enjoy using these products. So, all right, let's talk about the makeups. I was watching the video on Sephora recommendations from Angie, Hot and Flashy. Love her channel. She caters really her makeup to more mature ladies like us. And so I got 2 of the Sephora eye pencils. Why can't I remember basic words? Eyeliner pencils on her suggestion. Let's try these out. I need something to open these because I'm not messing up my nail polish. You ever do that? You go to like try to take something off and it takes like half of your nail polish off. Mama ain't playing that game today. Okay, so this is, what are you called? The 12-hour retractable eyeliner from the Sephora brand. The Sephora stuff was 30% off, which sounds like a big deal, but at least for me, it's not that much of an attraction to the sale because the Sephora products are already, for me, very reasonably priced. Oh my God, that automatically came out of the gate with 10 tons of pigment. That was that's a light swipe right there. A hard press. Wow. Okay, so she wasn't lying. Let me look at the brown one. So this is the same pencil in matte brown. So a light swipe and then a pressed swipe. Wow. Okay, so I'm liking that. I love a creamy eyeliner. I have a few good ones, but I mean, can you have too many? Of course, you can have too many is the answer to my own question. All right, and then I went pretty dang crazy on the lipsticks. I think I have shared with you all that I have look at my hair because it's drying without getting styled, so it's looking like straw. Sorry y'all, I'm gonna have to wet it again before I style it. I have a lipstick fetish. Hi, my name is Veronica. I am officially a lipstick junkie. I went through an eyeshadow junkie phase. I went through a foundation junkie phase. I went through a bronzer junkie phase. And now I am officially in my lipstick phase era. So let's get to swatching some of these. So I fell into the hype and got the Fenty Gloss Balm Stix. I'm glad I did. They're good. I have a complaint. So I ended up getting 4. I only have 2 up here. I got Riri. Is that what it's called? No, it's not. I got the no, because Riri is like a mauve one. I got the chocolate one. I forget what the name of it is. I have a complaint about the chocolate one. It goes on nice and almost like a dark wine colored brown. And it goes on beautifully, but it fades away on me. The color, not the actual, well, the product fades too, but the color faded away to something more like a light brown. And I thought that was weird. So I got that. And I think there's one with spice in the title. I'll put the name up here that I got 2. And then I purchased these 2. So this is the real MVP. I have the actual like liquid lip version of that. You all have complimented me on that in previous videos. It's a nice like bluish brown, really beautiful. So let me put this on so you see what this looks like. That is, there's like an Fenty Beauty stamped into it. And these are described as glosses that are kind of like a lipstick. So I don't have any liner on, so take this, you know, for what it's worth. So that's what it looks like without liner. You can build it up a little bit. This is like 2 passes. I like the way these feel. They don't feel sticky on the lips. They feel like a gloss that has set down on your mouth. Okay. Some glosses have a lot of slip to them, and you know they're just going to like slip and slide all over and be really easy to wipe off. These stay on for a good few hours and then they do start to fade. So that is the MVP color. Let me try on now. This one is going to be sort of Selfish. So this one is a little bit more sort of grayish in tone, neutral gray. And so I would like to put a dark liner on under this to give it some dimension. I will say with these, they do get a little bit sort of goopy in the tube. They don't fall apart. Well, I haven't had them out in heat. You know, I've been using them this fall since they've come in. I don't know how they would do in the summertime. So that's something to keep in mind for those of you that get like grossed out by these sorts of things. You know, it doesn't bother me. The stick stays whole, which is the part that I care about. So the brown one is somewhere. I think it's in my office. And I think the other one is in my purse that I've been taking out with me when I go run errands. So those are the gloss sticks. I would rate them. I would give them a letter grade of like a B minus maybe. Not the A that I think everybody else has given them, mostly because they do fade over time. Okay, and then y'all know I have this very unnatural obsession with Gucci lipsticks. So I purchased 5 more that I'll swatch here for you or try on. I probably have about 7 of these already in my collection. They are my favorite formula. I find them to be pigmented, they perform well, they don't bleed, and they last a long time. And I like the cases. I would be interested in trying that new Lisa Eldridge lipstick. It has a certain case to it, like an old school looking Art Deco-y type of case. And then you can buy the refills for it. Oh, I think it's called the Rouge case. I don't know. Okay, so this first color is the one that I am most hesitant about because it's bright. I will absolutely need a liner and probably a full face of makeup. I don't always trust the way things look online in terms of the color swatches or how they look on the models because it ends up being very different in person. So this is the matte velvet formula. And this is called Ruby Firelight. Let's try this on. So as suspected, I think this looks a little bit sickly on me. I'm gonna have to try it with some liner when I have a full face of makeup and see if it performs differently, you know, and some eyeshadow that complements it or something. So I do like the color a lot. I just think it looks a little bit strange on me. So it's sort of this pinky, peachy, warm kind of, is it warm or is it cool? Maybe it's cool. This next one is called Agatha Orange. Agatha Orange. Look at that. I won't try it on, but like I like that color and I know it would look great on me, especially if I have brown and gold tones on. That's beautiful, like this orangey reddish fire color. Let me do the Ruby Firelight next to that so you can see them contrasted. Yeah, now I can totally see the coolness of that versus the warmth of that. It's really obvious to me. Okay. I also picked up Myra Crimson. That looks like this. So this is a darker color for fall here. Beautiful. That's also kind of cool, bluish as well. This one is called Eliza Ginger. Eliza Ginger. Very nice. It's like a neutral mid-tone brown color. And finally in the Gucci lipsticks, Rosso Ancora or Rosso Ancora. Ancora. Ooh, that's nice. It feels so creamy on the hand, like a stiff butter. These two are very similar. This one has more blue and this one is maybe a tad more, you know, pure red orangey. Then I was interested in the NARS explicit lipsticks. I was watching Andrea Mata, what is her name? Ali Andrea. I'll put a picture up of her here. Beautiful and amazing makeup artist. She specializes in like a soft glam look without being gaudy, like classy glam, and I love it. So anyway, she suggested this lipstick and she actually suggested this color called Liaison. My little silly behind accidentally ordered a refill instead of the whole thing. So this is a different color that I'll show you in a minute. But the Liaison color, if I can get it out, I can't get it to twist up. It has to be in the component, but it looks like that. It's like a rosy, peachy color. I'll put up a picture of the model, and it looked really good on, what is her name? Andrea, Ali? Whatever, the woman in the YouTube video. It looked really, really good on her. So, and I also got the color Indecent, which is this one. I do like the components. I've gotten really like haughty, just straight up haughty, bougie, judgmental, uppity about my lipstick cases. Don't ask me why. It doesn't make any kind of sense at all. If it doesn't have a nice case, I don't want it. So that is a nice sort of natural, neutrally, like a rosy brown tone. I like that. This is a little bit more satiny. Is it a satin formula? It doesn't say here. I don't remember if there was a matte and a satin, but that feels very satin to me. It has a little bit of sheen, whereas these Gucci ones are very, very matte. They have no shine, no sheen at all. I have about 3 or 4 of these Prada monochrome lipsticks. There's 2 formulas of this, so be careful if you look into this. There's a lighter formula that's supposed to be just like a lip tint kind of thing. And then there's the formula that has a lot more coverage, which is what I got. And so I picked up the color. It doesn't tell me on the sticker, so I'll put it up on the screen here. I like that these come a little bit different than your normal lipsticks. And if you look up close, which you can't see on the screen here, these have an interesting pattern in them. They're supposed to look like Saffiano leather, which I think is really cool. Anyway, here's this one that looks exactly like that one. Maybe with a little bit more brown in it. That's all right. That's all right. I'll never use all these lipsticks, by the way. It's ridiculous. And then I got 2 from the Givenchy line. One, I don't love the case. This one, I think it's a holiday edition and it has a velvet case. I didn't realize that this was velvet when I ordered it. And I don't know, I don't like velvet and with my makeup. It just feels weird. And that's why I had an issue with like the original Naked palette. It has that velvet texture on it, the eyeshadow palette. And it's messy. So this color is Deep Velvet, Le Rouge Deep Velvet. The number 12. Let's see what that's giving. Okay, so that's more of like a matte rosy color with a little tiny bit of sheen in it. That NARS lipstick really does have some sheen to it. So it's almost like a gloss and lipstick all in one. Look at that. You can see the light reflecting off of it. So that's the Givenchy one. That's like almost like a bluish, purpley, pinky rose color. And then look at this. Get the hell out of here with this glittery, and it has the texture on it too. It's not like a print. It's not like a sticker. It's some kind of actual textured wrap around here. And this is luxurious to me, the packaging. This one is called Intense Silk and the color number is 502. So let's see what that's giving. That's looking like a ruddy, reddy brown. Yep. Very nice. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lipsticks. And I think there are 2 more because I still have 1 package out that I just couldn't wait for. I better hurry up and do some makeup because I'm going to need to use up some of these lipsticks. Then there's more, but wait, there's more. I bought 2 mascaras, the YSL Lash Clash. I'm not going to open these until I'm ready. Look at that packaging. Stop it. With mascaras, I understand you pretty much pay a lot more for the packaging than the formula, at least according to Marlena Still. Look, if you want to know what's worth paying for, she is a good channel to watch. And then there's the Exaggereyes Volume Mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think I've used this before. I've used a Pillow Talk mascara, which I liked when it first came out. I only used 1 tube of it, but I'm interested in this one, and I do like the bottle for this, the packaging. Then I purchased a new Haus Labs foundation. I have the color 300 Medium Neutral, which I can't get enough of these foundations, or this foundation rather. So that one is this color here. Okay, this is one of the most natural, luminous foundations I've ever tried. It looks like real skin to me, and it's one that I trust to take on work events, because what I don't want to do at work events is look cakey in front of colleagues. That just doesn't feel good. And folks, when you get older and you start to get these sort of, lines here and whatever, and product settles easily into wrinkles, I'm not playing that game. So then I also picked up a darker color for a day like today, because this is a little bit light. Let me put it on my face so you see what I mean. Well, actually, it looks really good. But a tiny bit on the sort of neutral side for me today. I picked up the color 328 medium warm, which is maybe a little on the dark side for me. We shall see. But I do like, so here's the thing. This one is a little bit more golden warm, and this one is more neutral. Do you see the difference there? Okay, they're pretty much similar in tone, except the warmth in this one amps it up. It's a little bit darker. So there you go. See how that sort of blends in a lot easier with my skin maybe than this one, which is a little bit more, I don't know if you can even see that on the camera, but I really, on a day like today where I have this much tint on me, now y'all have to remember I'm about as pale as the white of my eyeballs. So this is a lot of color on my skin for me. Anyway, this darker color, what color are you? 325 medium warm is down here, and I really like that. So I'm gonna wipe that off because I do wanna show you a different one that I purchased also. But friends, this formula of foundation is one of my all-time favorites, the House Labs. I mean, knocked it out of the park with these in terms of natural looking and friendly on mature skin. Friendly. We want friendly products on our old sagging skin and wrinkles and stuff. We don't want stuff that's going to be sitting in looking cakey. Speaking of foundations, this is a new one and I'm going to try this one out. I ended up getting the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Foundation. This does have a little bit of SPF in it, and I also chose to get this in a deeper color than I normally would. This is the color Honey Warm 64. Let me shake this sucker up. This has really great reviews. So let me do it on hand first. Sorry, I still have some of the residue from the lipstick, but here it is on hand. Ooh, this has such a nice slip to it. It's kind of like in between the two other foundations I just showed you. It's not as light as the light one, and it's not as warm as the other one. So here it is on my, look how that just sunk into my skin. So I'm gonna use this today. Although I'm kind of tempted to use the House Labs one. Really quickly, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, you may know this already. This is called the House Labs is called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. And it's really like a light to medium coverage that you can build up. If you put a couple of layers on, it would be medium to full coverage. This Bobbi Brown one, it felt more full coverage than I think I understood when I ordered it. I think people might call it medium to full. So, but it says Weightless Skin Foundation. We're going to try it out. And it's supposed to stay matte with a little hint of luminosity. So we'll see. I got 3 concealers. I didn't have any business getting any concealer, but I will say I've been getting rid of older concealers that I've had for 5 years or more now. Not that you have to, but I did. Or ones that I felt like I had to work with too much. And one of those, friends, is one that I may have recommended in the past. The Too Faced, is it? Multi-use concealer. Too Faced, right? Is it Too Faced? The multi-use concealer. Beauty vloggers, beauty YouTubers rave about it. I bought it. It worked okay for a while. And then as I've gotten older, like my skin has changed a lot, even in the last 3 or 4 years. And I've gotten more creasing under my eyes and all of that. It just isn't, I don't know if it's because the formula got old and or my skin changed a lot, but it just wasn't as easy to work with. So I got rid of that. I got rid of my Sensual Skin from Kevyn Aucoin, which I used a few times. The Skin Enhancer, Sensual Skin Enhancer it's called. I had it in the color X10, SX10 or something. And I didn't just enjoy using it. It performed well for a while and then it would dry up and get cakey as the day went on. All that to say, I think I have this concealer already in my other room where I film. I don't know. Do I? I don't remember having it, but this is the YSL All Hours Concealer, Precise Angles Concealer. I don't know a lot about this, except I know I wanted to try it. And this is in the color Medium Neutral 7. I am learning that I need to get warm colors or peachy colors to kind of cover up some of the, or counteract some of the discoloration under my eyes. If I get neutral, it starts to look a little gray on me. So that's interesting. I learned that, playing around. So that's what that is. That seems to have a nice medium to full coverage without being too thick or cakey. I know what it is. I have the foundation version of this, the All Hours foundation. I don't have the concealer. Then, I've never used this, but I do have the foundation version of this. This is the Dior Backstage Concealer, and I got this in 4W. Another thing I have learned is, while I don't mind using a lighter color concealer, because there's a place and a time for that, the most natural looks for me actually come from concealers that are a slight bit darker than my natural skin tone. A lot of people don't talk about that, but it works for me. So I don't like the applicator on this. Here's what that looks like, but let's see what the thing feels like. Feels very cool. Oh, that's a beautiful color. I love the warmth of that. It's got a nice slip to it. It's settling down really quickly. Okay, so that's that one. And then I wanted to get something from Danessa Myricks. I love her whole, like her aesthetic. I love how she shows up in social media. I love how she appears to treat her team. She seems like it's a great company to work for and all of that. To get some more of her products, I have the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I have it in 2 colors. I have 5 and I have, I think, 4 or 4.5. So I really like these. These are nice and natural looking when you don't want to do liquid foundation, but you want some coverage on your face. So I got the Lift and Flex Concealer, the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer in the color 8. I don't think I like the tone of this, but I think I like the formula. I might need to get something that's a little bit warmer or a little bit more like brown toned, which is crazy. This is 8, and that is so light to me. It's almost like butter, the color of butter. So anyway, that was maybe not the wisest choice, but it looked a little bit more appropriate for me on the website. Oh well, I got the one size translucent powder, and I got a little one for traveling. I have so many powders, but I heard this was a great one and nice coverage, so I'm going to try this out. I'll use that today. I also wanted one of the new Hourglass palettes. I should have gone ahead and got the Evil Eye one, which is the medium toned one. There's a light, a medium, and a deeper tone, but it's sold out. It's sold out. So I ended up getting the more deep toned one. This one is called the Lotus Flower Package. Really pretty packaging, and that's what it looks like. So let's play with some of these colors. Let me wipe off the back of my hand. You've probably seen these all over social media. What do you get here? Hold on. This is a highlighter, a blush, a finishing powder that I could probably use as a bronzer, okay, because that'll be too brown for me. And then down here, you have another bronzer, a blush, and then a highlighter. But you can use these however you want. So let me just swipe here. That's the highlighter in the top row. The blush that's in the middle, that barely shows up on me. Like I might use that as an all over shadow on an easy day. Eyeshadow. This is the bronzer in the top row. Again, very light, maybe not good as a bronzer. And I might use it like as a crease shade or something like that. I love the Hourglass shadows. They're just so like luminous, skin-like. They sink into your skin and just perform well. That I would use as a blush. I think it's supposed to be one of the highlighters. This is the blush. That is super pigmented. That almost is probably going to look like sickly. If I try to use it as an eyeshadow, I would only use that as a blush. And here's the bronzer in the bottom row. That could work as a bronzer for me. So that's the palette. So, you know, the thing about these is you can use them as eyeshadow. They're soft and they're silky enough and easy to work with enough that you can use it as eyeshadow. You can use it as blush. You can use it as contour. Whatever your heart desires. And you can mix and match these. For example, here's last year's Hourglass Owl palette. Do you remember this? So, I mean, you can mix and match these. You can use these like highlighters as inner corner highlights. You know, whatever you want, whatever you want. You can do a full face with these. So I may get the medium one if it comes back in stock, but I got the Lotus, y'all. And so the craziest part, beside these lipsticks of this little haul, my hair. Can we just say a prayer for my hair? Rest in peace. Look what I done did. I got to wet this all up to blow it out again. So I've gotten on this kick, y'all. I went downstairs to get me a cold pop. That never gets old. I'm going to try to work it into every video I can. Because I've been traveling more, I've been on this kick of wanting to get more travel products, which is crazy. Because I already have this many eyeshadow travel palettes. So what the hell was I doing getting more? but I did. And friends, I had the nerve to get me 2 little Natasha Denona 5 pans. I don't even like the packaging on these, but I like Natasha Denona shadows a lot and I trust them. I trust that they are going to perform and do well. So this one is the My Dream Mini Palette. I actually gave the big palette, the My Dream Big Palette, away. I don't remember who got it. Was it one of you, one of my YouTube friends? Or I think I gave it to one of my daughter's friends. I don't remember. But this is a nice little palette in theory. Let's swatch these and see. Let me get my hand cleaned off. So here is actually the packaging is not that bad. Let me pause and say that this feels a lot sturdier than her former 5-pan palettes that are minis like this. They used to have a really sort of cheap plastic on them. This plastic is more substantial. It's like a thick acrylic. So here are the colors in the palette, which is nice. I could easily see this being very work appropriate. Put that, through the brow, on the eyelid, and then cover the eyelid with one of these 2 shimmers, maybe that, with that in the inner eye. Run that through the crease and then use this as eyeliner or put it on the outer corner of the eye. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Formula is like butter. Love these. Love that. Then I also got, because that wasn't enough, the Mini Glam palette. So let's swatch that as well. Here's what the palette looks like. Again, this feels a lot more substantial, sturdier than her older ones. How pretty is that? So let me do this on the back of the other hand. Sometimes I wish I could be like just a professional eyeshadow tester, because one of the things I love the most is digging into a brand new palette, like feeling the texture of the eyeshadow when it's new. Love it. Okay, so here are those colors. Again, super easy, super easy. Isn't that pretty? I would put that through the whole crease, that as eyeliner or outer corner, and then underneath the eye as an eyeliner, and any one of these shimmers on the shadow or maybe 2 of them. Pretty, easy. I mean, you just can't beat these. But friends, that's not all. I have the nerve to get more. Y'all, that Gucci lipstick is hanging on for dear life. I've washed my hands 3 times and it still has pigment in my skin that it just won't come off. Let me tell you, that Gucci lipstick came to win. So this little Anastasia palette, Spice, was on the website, the Sephora website. And then I know they sold Sultry at one point. I used to own, wasn't there a Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills? I had the Soft Glam, the Sultry, there was like a purple one. I had all of those. And so a few of those had the matte cover, the velvet cover, like the lipstick, like velvet. And I did not like the covers. Anyhow, that's not what we're here to talk about. These little cuties. There is a sugar palette too that had like bluish purpley tones in it, and I didn't want that. I wanted this. So let's look at, let me show you. One is warm toned and one is cool toned. Well, kind of, sort of. I mean, this is warm and neutral to me. This is neutral and cool. So I thought that was a nice combo to take on work events as well. So let's swatch those. I mean, like, yo, how many work events do I have that I need 300,486 palettes? So these are the swatches for Spice. These look like this. This one here, hey, how you doing, girl? This one here doesn't really show up. It's this middle one on the bottom. Doesn't show up so much on this skin tone. When I'm paler, it'll probably show up. I forgot that these glitters from Anastasia can be a little, like this one, you can press it in. It leaves a dent. It's almost like a cream. These others are very, they're chunky. I don't know what I think of that. So anyway, there's that one. The packaging is so stankin' cute. So cute. Okay, and then back to this sultry palette with that story. Here is that swatched. So what's not showing up? This one here, you can barely even see it, is that shade. So that doesn't really show up very well on me. So that could be like a nice sort of dusting background shade. So grayish, cool tones. Anyway, would I choose these over the Natasha Denona to take on a work trip? I don't know. We shall see. But these are so cute, the little packages. And then finally, the last product, and then I'm going to talk about my makeup revelation, and I still haven't done my damn hair, is the By Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight Palette. I didn't get the first one with the warmer tones because I felt like I had so much of that in my collection already. This one I could hardly resist. I've already dug into that shadow, and I loved seeing all of the looks that people have done with this online. I think this would be an all-in-one to take on a lot of work trips. Grays and silvers tend to be very flattering on me, as well as these sort of neutrally toned. So it would be an easy one for me to use and then have cool or warm cheeks and lips. Like I can mix this up with sort of an apricot-y cheek and an apricot or maybe wine-colored lip, or I could do pinky tones, like cool tone pinks or warm pinks or whatever, everything, okay? Brown tones, maybe some orangey tones as well with this palette. I think it would be versatile to use all around. So I could see myself really reaching for this for work as an all-in-one. And friends, I'm tired now talking to y'all. Hold on, I need a stretch break after this. Okay, so the revelation that I've had after all that nonsense that I just talked is I went downstairs to get me a cold pop. No, I went to the basement, the recreation level as we call it, and I had some boxes in there of stuff that I intended to give away, including these 4 Natasha Denona palettes. And the reason that I bring that up is I have been thinking about how I want to downsize my eyeshadow collection. Forget what I just bought, my bigger palettes. And what do I want to really keep? Like, what's speaking to me? Y'all know I am obsessed with this woman, even though not all of the palettes are my favorite. At one point, I attempted to downsize my entire collection, and these 4 were going to be sacrificed. So this is the Love palette, because I don't use these as often, not because they're not wonderful palettes. There's that color story, which looks a lot like the Xenon. That's not it, excuse me. Stop it. Looks a lot like the Roxa palette that just came out with the purpley tones. It's giving me that. It's reminding me of that. I didn't use that one often. The Zendo palette, which I admit was not my favorite palette. Have I even swatched this red in here? I don't think I've ever swatched it. I've used this side of the palette a lot. I've used these colors. The peachy tones are hit or miss on me sometimes. It depends on what the overall look is like. Y'all believe I almost sacrificed the all matte Safari palette. This is one of her better palettes, but it can be difficult to use because it's hard to imagine what these looks should come out to be. You have to have a really sort of avant-garde eyeshadow look in mind to take advantage of this palette. I mean, could you do one and dones? Yes. Could you do 2 tones like that on the eyelid, that in the crease and be done? Absolutely. So you can get creative with this, but it takes a lot of energy to get creative, and there are no shimmers. This is an all matte palette. What was I thinking? Letting go of that. No. And then finally, the Tropic palette, which had some problematic shades in here. You can see it in here, like these got a little bit hard pan, so you need to sort of scrape off the top. But these mattes are some of the prettiest. Did I use that blue? I don't remember ever using that blue. That bluish indigo purpley color is so pretty, so pretty. The green is nice. These mattes they're awesome. So these are coming back into the collection, and I have made up my mind. And don't try to talk me out of it. I'm going to keep my Natasha palettes. I'm going to keep my Sydney Grace. Let me show you this one. These are my singles. I never bought the palettes. I bought 40-something singles that are in here. Love all of these. These are wonderful, easy to use, and long-lasting, and has such a wide variety of shades and ranges that I can get any look I want to just out of this. I am keeping my Byredo Remembrance palette. Remember that? And I'm going to keep my Anastasia palettes. I think I'm getting rid of everything else. I may keep 1 or 2 Pat McGrath palettes, but I think I'm going to let go of a lot of the motherships, y'all. I think I am. I don't need them. I don't use them. When I do use them, I feel like I'm obligated to do a really glam look, like an evening out look, and I just don't do that much anymore. I don't play in my makeup like that, like I used to. I'm quite frankly very into lipsticks though. Like that's the new zhuzh for me. I don't know. But I'm going to give them to people that are close by, including my daughter and her friends and my sister. So my sister's not close by. She lives out on the West Coast. But I know that they will go to good homes. So that's where I am at with things. I better go do this hair before it runs off my head and goes into a foster home because I'm mistreating it. Look at this. Look at it. I gotta almost wet it all again. Are you still here? Have you stayed this long? If so, You are my ride or die. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. See you in the next video.